If you are long in Solana, then you are going to enjoy this video a great deal. In the last video I made about the Solana update, I made point and made it reference that Solana has stayed in its upward rising channel. I've got a daily chart here. It has stayed in the this rising channel the entire time since it started making new highs back in October. That cannot be said. See how it's staying within this channel? That cannot be said of most coins, and Solana has done something even today that most coins have not. Let's go back and look at some references just to give you an idea of how much better Solana is behaving compared to other crypto coins. If I look at Bitcoin, you can see it has been, and is trying to break out now, but has been in this falling wedge, this falling channel. Why? It's because Bitcoin did fall outside of this same level of price that we had been showing on Solana. It looked something like this when the weeks on the weekly chart until about sometime in December. And you can see market actually broke out. It was probably something like that as it was drawn real time live. But nonetheless, even here, if I go to the daily, you can see that Bitcoin has fallen out of its upper channel. Okay, Ethereum fell out of its upper channel as well. It would have been marked something like that. It is way out of its upper channel, and it started making moves down. ADA was in a serious, look at that, serious down channel. I had to draw that because it had broken out again of this upper channel that we had drawn earlier. Well, Solana has not done that. It is still comfortably inside of its rising channel. And not only that, it's done something that very few coins have done since, and that is just today, look at this. It has broken already its previous December highs and is actually holding on to those highs. Here's one December high, the top of that wick. Here's another December high, the top of that wick. And now it has broken those highs and is still hanging on. To give you again some reference to how well Solana is doing, Bitcoin, let me move this one out, cannot, it tried, but has not been able to break its previous December highs. It made it up to about 44,284 today, but it's still below its December highs and is giving some back. VET, one of my favorite coins, it did break its December highs. It broke that about 3 days ago and has carried on, but it's starting to give a good deal of its movement back. Solana just seems to be hanging on. Now it has given some of it back. We're seeing a little bit of a decline in crypto across the board the last few hours, but good grief, it is doing so well. It just seems like it's going to go on forever. So let me go out and see if we can put up some other targets. Look at this month, from 59 to 81 in December, and we're only about 2/3 of the way through the month. Let's get some targets out here. This is where we are now. It's no surprise. Now look at that. It's funny. You can see Solana looking at the monthly chart. It went up and now it's giving that back some today. But look where it sits, about 81.17. If you scroll over here to these monthly charts, well, that was the low basically of January 2022, a wick here, and almost the very low of April 2022. So this level that it's at right now is very important to Solana, and the past history of the last 2 years has shown it to be very important. So what we're going to do is first we'll note that. We'll note that that level is important, because if we do start to see some pullback, we're not going to worry about it. We'll just say that that's the natural rejection of the market as it kind of gives us a little retracement and has to work up some more momentum to break that. It can happen, but not all the time does resistance that has been there for a year and a half, does it get broken the first time. That gave back some of its profits after having hit that resistance, and that just means there's sellers on the other side of that level because it's an important level. There's sellers that were ready to push that down. They said, hey, if it ever gets to this price, we think it's too high, so we're going to set some sell orders there. And when the price got there, those orders were fulfilled, and down it went. So we'll see if that happens on Solana. Anyway, whether it does or does not, Solana is going up, up, up. It looks like another target we could be looking at. 95 seems a little bit like too much room for me. But you really don't have, because it's been so long since Solana has been in this price range, you really don't have anything else for it to go on. Um, I mean, yeah, I do have something here. We've got some levels here. Look at the bottom of that day right there, or excuse me, that week. Maybe one right there. It's an art, not a science, but I do like some of these levels here. Yeah, something like that. So there's some closer targets we can look at where you might expect some pullbacks. But as long as Solana stays in this upper rising channel, you're good. It doesn't mean it won't fall and continue to bounce around some, but you've got no concern with Solana until it actually starts falling out of this channel, like we've seen on Bitcoin do, Ethereum, pretty much every other coin across the crypto market. So if you're along Solana, you should be enjoying what's going on and looking ahead for more, because it looks like it's just going to keep rising over time. All right. I'll keep you updated on this. Be sure to check back for more updates on Solana.